Y'all. So I started recording, right? And then I had to stop because my lips were too dry. And what we're not going to do is start a luxurious podcast with dry lips. No, we're not. So I had to add some lip balm. They're very moisturized, and I feel like I'm ready to go now. So, welcome to the Save the Good Girl podcast, everybody. I am your host, Erica E. And for those who do not know the voice of these moisturized lips, where have you been? Either way, I'm very happy to have you here, and I want to make sure that you are being treated fairly and equally. So please go to savethegoodgirl.com so that you can be in VIP. Enter your email address, and you are going to receive beautifully crafted newsletters specifically made for you by me. And in addition to the audio that you're going to love, I also provide the visuals as well. So please follow your girl on social media, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Threads, YouTube. I am there, all with the handle Save the Good Girl. So be sure to follow. I want you to see me, and I also want to see you as well. So, y'all, my friend asked me a really interesting question that inspired this episode. And I wanted to share this with you guys because the holidays can be a very tricky time for people. It can be very happy and joyous, and for a lot of people it's not, because the holidays are not the same based on changes that has occurred, and it's just a lot of things that happen that's just not the same structure, so that can cause a lot of pain. So I really wanted to talk to you guys about the holidays and providing a little bit of holiday help. Let's get into this episode. Before we get into this episode, we are going to dive into the exquisite moment. And this is where I take about 5 minutes or so to talk about any experience or anything that I found to be exquisite this week. And it really ties into my new lifestyle segment called Exquisitely Erica. I'm really excited about this, y'all, because in addition to great conversations, I love great experiences. I love perfume. I love new restaurants, coffee shops, and I also like to share it with you guys. So if you have social media, Instagram, you can follow the page. You can also follow Exquisitely Erica on Facebook. I do have a TikTok, and YouTube is coming. So you guys can check it out. It's very fun, very clean, very fresh, and very luxurious. We're staying on the luxury path, like exquisitely. That makes a lot of sense. So, what I found to be exquisite, y'all, right now, I shared this last week. I have a Manuka body butter. Like it's an almond milk Manuka honey body butter, and I have a lemon custard body spray. I don't know, like that combination together was just an experience. I took a really great shower. I love to air dry, and I added the body butter and I put that on top. Y'all, I just smelled like a snack, okay? I mean, I am one, but I really smelled like a snack. It smelled amazing. I also used a body scrub. Like, I just like that whole experience. It's like a real experience for me to take care of my body in that way. So that felt really good. And another exquisite moment that I had was just spending time with my mom, just spending time with her. We didn't do anything. She actually was going to the grocery store. I was getting ready to record, and she was like, "Oh, I'm just going to go to the grocery store." And I'm like, "Do you want me to like go with you?" She was like, "Yeah." So we went to the grocery store together, and it ended up being like a whole 5 hours because we went to the grocery store, then I had to clean my car, then she had to go somewhere else, and we went to my aunt's house. It was a whole thing, but just spending time with her, talking to her, seeing her smile, seeing her laugh. I cherish these moments. I cherish them so much. So that was very exquisite for me. And y'all, Maybelline has a gloss called the Lifter. I believe it's called the Lifter. And they have a silver gloss, not silver, but an iridescent, like sparkly gloss. Y'all, beyond sparkly. I love it. It's supposed to be a dupe of Rihanna Fenty's gloss. I love it. It's so sparkly, y'all. I think it's like $6 or $7. And I believe Rihanna's is like maybe $18 or $20, something like that. But y'all, it's so good. If you're looking for like a sparkly gloss, check out Maybelline. I think it's Lifter. I think that's what it's called. And it's like I don't know what the lip gloss itself is called, but it's like a sparkly, clear kind of gloss. And my exquisite moment, of course, is to be with y'all. I love talking to you guys. I look forward to it. I get excited to get on the mic. I get excited to share my thoughts with you guys. And I just love to hear the feedback from you guys. So that is very exquisite to me. That's very exquisite. You guys are exquisite, truly. Okay. So when it comes to the holidays can bring a lot of joy, a lot of togetherness, a lot of family time, traditions, cheers. The holidays can also bring a huge sense of loneliness, a huge sense of depression, a huge sense of confusion, isolation, and tears. I feel like the holidays can either bring cheers or tears or both, you know? And it can be a very tricky time for people because this is where everybody is together and happy and joyful and cooking and food and, being with your friends, being with your family, having a good time, laughing, creating memories. But what happens when what you used to do gets interrupted? When somebody is missing, when you're not working, when you went to the doctor and the news is not the best, or, like that can put a damper in the holiday mood, the holiday spirit. And in America, we are bombarded with holiday stuff. So right now, you cannot go to any stores without hearing holiday music. You just can't. It is 2 months of just holiday, holiday, holiday in your face, ornaments, like everything you could think about when it comes to the holidays. And I like it. I like the holidays. As a kid, I did have a really nice childhood when it came to the holidays. I did have a Christmas tree. I believed in Santa. I did have presents under the tree. Very grateful for that. We did eat dinner together. We prayed together. We laughed together. We played our music in the house. Like it was always great. And then towards my adolescent years, I would go to my aunt's house and all my cousins would go and we would just laugh and sing and eat and chill and be and get dressed. And it was nice. It was a really good time, really fun time. And even as a family, experiencing different things, we would all come together and it would just be easy and light and fun, just always laughter and just a great time. But my friend was like talking to me. We're talking and having discussions, and we were talking about how the holidays can be really tricky for people because sometimes, you do have that, but there are some people who never had that. They don't have that. They don't know what that experience is like. And that can be very challenging and very hard because, like I said, it's really in your face. A lot of families and togetherness. And if you have social media, that's all you're seeing. And I will say that it is a blessing. I don't take it for granted. I mean, as a kid, it's pretty like it was normal for me. So I was not looking at it in a deeper way. It was like, oh, it's Thanksgiving, I'm with the family, or is this holiday, I'm with the family. Like it never ever crossed my mind. It was only when I got older when I realized that not everybody has the opportunity to have this. Not everybody has the opportunity to have the family cook a big dinner and all of that. And I love how we have really got into Friendsgiving because many people who don't live near their families, they have moved or they might be estranged from their families, not close to their families. I love that they still are able to create community or having a community at work, or just whatever tradition that you're deciding to make, but just being around people because friends are family. Like, really, friends are family. I don't care what anybody says. It's like there's certain friends, I don't even know what to call them. I don't even know what to call them. Like, they've been in my life for so long. It's like you're not a you're a diamond. There's like a certain level for me when it comes to friendships. It's like you're in a diamond category, meaning we could argue, we could fight, you could annoy me, but you ain't going nowhere. So just be mad at me. I'll be mad at you. And that's it. So, just having that. And when I was in college, actually, that's when I started partying, right? So I would have the Thanksgiving with the family, cute, 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 cute. But at night, I was getting lit, like going to the party, going to the club, having fun with my friends, house hopping, drinking, just having a good time. It's always been a great time. And then, you know, um, certain changes may occur. it gets very difficult during the holidays when you have a transition right before or during the holiday. So, experiencing loss of any kind, whether it is a breakup, whether you lost a pet, whether you lost a friendship, whether you and a family member are not speaking anymore, whether you lost your job, whether you, and the ultimate thing is losing a loved one, right? Loss in any capacity is very difficult during the holidays because the regimen that you're so used to having is no longer there. It's no longer there. So dealing with that at such a joyous time is very challenging. Or if you never had it and you're yearning for it and you want it, that's also very difficult too, right? So it can be very challenging. And I will say for me, the holidays was always great. It was always great. I always had a great time. I look forward to it. I never took the holidays for granted. I think I got really deep into the holidays when I was in high school. I would say that's when I started to realize like this is a blessing for us to meet every year and everybody's still here. Everybody's happy, everybody's chilling until something happens and then they're not. And what you're used to and what you are accustomed to and what you look forward to has now become a memory and that it's not tangible. That is very difficult. And my friend asked me a question, and I'm like, this is a really, really great topic for me to bring to you guys because I know I'm not the only one who's going through this. So, this is what really compelled me to create this episode because I'm like, how do you maneuver the holidays when something major happens in your life? So, as I've shared with y'all, I love voice notes. I really do. I really do. Like, that communication style is probably my favorite one. And if you guys have not already heard it, take a listen to More Than a Voice Note, that Shot of Erica episode. And I'm talking more about voice notes in that episode, but take a listen to that. But I do love them. I do love them. And I have certain people in my life where we communicate very heavy on voice notes. And I call them the VCC, Voice Note Community Crew. And these people, we are voice note heavy. Okay. You're talking about 7, 8 minute voice notes is pretty light for us, right? We just go. And one of my friends, we were sending each other voice notes, and she asked me, what are you doing to prepare this holiday season with your emotions? How are you emotionally preparing? And that was a great question because I had an immediate answer because I already was emotionally preparing for the holidays since September. I unfortunately experienced loss with my father during the holidays. And I was talking to my therapist, and she said to me, during this time, you need to increase your self care, whatever that means to you. And what I have come to find is that being around love, being around my friends, being around my family, just being around, and I'm not saying we need to do anything, just physically being with people seems to be a really beautiful remedy for me. And that was something that I was extremely intentional about. And seeing my friends in Texas, seeing my friends in Chicago, spending time with my family, making time, and really looking at my schedule and being intentional about being around everybody. Like that was something that I need to do because I don't think that isolating myself would be a great touch right now. I think for my grieving process, initially I was isolated because it really rocked me. It still rocks me, I should say. And I didn't know how to deal with that. You know, I didn't know what was going on. I had to process, but I knew that if I did not troubleshoot this quick with support from therapy, with support from my grief counselor, with support from my friends, with support from the grief group, I was not going to be well. Like I understood, y'all. I understood with the grief that I'm experiencing now why people become alcoholics. I understood why people turn to drugs. Like, I got it during that time. I didn't take any drugs, I did not consume any alcohol. I felt every inch of that pain. I didn't want to take medicine. Like, my therapist was saying to me, "Oh, do you want to take, antidepressants? I know it's really hard for you to function." And I said, "No, I'm not doing that because," and I'm not against it. I think that if you need it, you should definitely take it. If there is a chemical imbalance within you, please communicate with your doctor. Do what's best for you. But for me, I said no because this is not going to be the first experience with death I am going to have, unfortunately. So I need to learn how to deal with this, right? This is a natural extension of life. And I need to learn how to deal with this and deal with every single ounce of that emotion, no matter how horrific it is. If I have to go to therapy 3 times a week, that's exactly what I was going to do. And y'all, that's exactly what I did. I had my grief group, my grief counselor, and I had therapy twice a week. I had 4 days of therapy. So I needed that because I'm like, if I don't do this, I'm going to be messed up for a very long time. So when she told me, during the months of when my father has passed, I'm very fidgety. I'm very annoyed. I'm very highly emotional, but not crying, but just very like heightened, you know? I feel like it's hard for me to focus during this time. Um, like, I'm just not able to journal. I'm not able to write in my gratitude journal. I'm not able to read. My mind is just going everywhere. So we were talking about this because, she told me the same symptoms I had last year, I'm having this year. So she said, you need to increase your self care. And I'm like, okay, self care, meaning my showers and also spending time with people. Self care to me is not just the spa and all of that. It was like, I need to spend time with people. So when I thought about this time and emotionally preparing, I questioned whether or not I wanted to record. That was on my mind. I questioned if I should take a hiatus right now. That was on my mind. And I'm like, I want to push. I want to try. If it's too much, then I won't. But I really want to try. And I think about my father and how much he would appreciate for me to keep going because before he passed, that is something that he said to me. And it's very difficult, y'all. I'm not going to lie. It's very hard. It's very hard because I remember there was one particular Thanksgiving we were praying. And I said in the prayer, wow, what a blessing that every year we are together and we're able to have family dinner again. That is a blessing. There are many people who do not have that. And here we are. I remember that, y'all. That was actually the year before he passed. And then with everything that happened, it really shifted the way I will say grief during the holidays is not easy at all. It's not. But I will also challenge if you are going through grief right now, if you are experiencing this right now, I would challenge you to be around community. I would challenge you to respect your boundaries and do what you need to do, but be around community. That really helps. And leave when you need to leave, but that really helps. So I know that the day that my father passed away is something that is rough for me. And I don't want to prepare to be depressed. So I reached out to a friend and I said to her, I don't know how I'm going to feel this day. I just know that I will need your support. I don't care what we do, I don't care where we go. I just need your support during that day. We can get in a car and look at the sky. We can go to the store and smell candles. We can go to a coffee shop. We can do lunch. I just want to have the space where if I want to talk about my father, I can. If I want to cry, I can. If I don't want to talk about him in that moment, I don't have to. I just know that I need that support. And I think when you have to emotionally prepare yourself for the holidays, especially dealing with grief, that is something that you need to verbally say because people really don't know where you are. They know that it's a very sensitive time. They know they're willing to work with you however you're, able to maneuver. You may want to talk, you may not. But I want to say that it is a fight for me. Even me doing that was a fight, y'all, because the truth is I don't know how I'm going to, we don't know how we're going to be. Like the days could come and I could be fine. And then the days could come and I'm horrific. Like I don't know. But I will say that I am blessed to have a living parent. And my mindset right now is focus on mommy. Focus on mommy. She's here. Make memories with her, take pictures with her, enjoy her, ask her questions, get to know her. And I tell my friends and family members, when you're with your mother, take random pictures with her or your father. Just take random photos. Like the photos are not just when we're dressed up going to a party, it's the photos of you watching your parents or your guardians making your favorite meal. Let's say your aunt is like a mother to you, or your uncle, or whoever is like an uncle, your next door neighbor, whatever they do. If they like to garden, take a picture of them gardening. If they do their hair a certain way, take a picture, take a video, capture it because life is very tricky, very fickle. We don't know anything. And while the person is still with you, capture those memories. Capture those memories. And if both of your parents, unfortunately, they're not here, I would say focus on those who are. Take your time with it. I'm saying this to you guys, but let me tell you something. I'm sad every day. I miss my father. I say this all the time. I miss him. I miss him. I actually was driving in the city and there was a gas station that he would pump gas and I stared at that gas station because I remember he picked me up from work one day, had a really really bad day, and my father bought me a Snickers and he was like, "What's wrong? I know something's wrong." And I cried, not because of the bad day, but because he was so attentive to me. And when I got in the car, y'all, I wasn't like all sad and mopey. I was chilling. But he paid attention to me. And I just said to myself, I need a man like that. Like, if you don't know that I'm sad to get me some Snickers, I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean? Like, you ain't the one for me. You ain't the one. You could just go. Right. Um, but I would say when you put in your mind, when you put in your psyche, I need to emotionally prepare. There's something that happens when you do that. And I have been doing this a lot, y'all. I have been emotionally preparing for many things. In the recent episode I did, I talked about comparing. I had to emotionally prepare for that because I'm so used to putting myself down. I'm so used to feeling less than. I just don't know what's happening. I just see everybody's moving and doing all these things. And I'm like, oh, well, I'm grieving. So, you know, congratulations on X, Y, and Z, but I'm sad. So yeah, you know. So that was hard for me. That was hard. So I had to emotionally prepare myself because as I've shared in the episode, when you compare, you completely eliminate the opportunity to witness greatness. You don't have the opportunity to be present. You don't have the opportunity to congratulate. You don't have the opportunity to learn or ask questions instead of comparing. And I'm so proud of myself, y'all, because I did not compare. I was so present. I'm watching and I'm learning. I'm asking my friends questions because y'all are teachers. I tell my friends, like, y'all are my teachers. Like, at the end of the day, you are doing something I have not done yet. I'm not a mother yet. So I'm just watching my friends be mothers. I'm watching my friends do just kind of living their lives. And I'm like, wow, I'm watching my family do the same thing. And I'm like, wow, it's very inspiring to me. And I think when you compare, you rob yourself the opportunity to really engage with success, you know? So when my friend asked me that about emotionally preparing, I'm like, girl, you're right. And I've been doing that because I know that the holidays are tricky because there's one less person at the table. And it's rough. It's still rough. But the challenge that I have is to maneuver with new traditions. Sometimes I feel like there needs to be new traditions, or sometimes it just has to be altered a bit. Because when you have experienced loss or just something happened in your life that shook up your holiday where it's not the same, you can either do something different or you have to accommodate for where you are right now. And I remember I spoke to my grief counselor and he was telling me, "You're the one, you're going to have to lead your family." I said, "Absolutely not. I make too many decisions. Every position I have is leadership. It's Erica, 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 Erica. I don't want to do that." And he was like, "Oh, so you're going to go against God? Do you know better than him?" I'm like, uh, I'm like, "No." He's like, "Oh, well, yeah, that's what it is." And I'm like, "I don't want to." And it's so interesting how God will do what he wants. He will. Because when everything happened with my dad, that year we did not put up a Christmas tree because that was a little too festive for me. I said, I'm not I did not want to do it, but neither did my family. What I did do was we went to a restaurant that had a beautiful Christmas tree, and that was the sense of, some type of festivity. And then I decided to go to the city and drive my family around to look at the lights, like the tree in Rockefeller Center, the Saks Fifth Avenue decor, all the lights around Manhattan. And we did have a very nice time. And it was very light and fun and easy. But I couldn't help but still feel a bit empty during that time because things were just not the same. And when you are experiencing a holiday, that's not the same because someone is missing, right? Someone is missing. So whether it's a breakup, whether it's a job, whether it's, your estranged family member, whether whatever it is, where it's just a little challenging because it's not how it used to be, it can be difficult. But here's what I'll say. What I'll say is you need to create excitement for yourself again. You have to. So what I did last year was I was like, you know what? I want to buy different type of ornaments. I started making everything a project. I want to have different ornaments. I want to get different lights. I want to get different table settings, and I'm listening to Christmas music and I'm watching Christmas movies, and I needed all of these accessories to get me excited because if I didn't have that excitement, then nothing would happen yet again. And here I am robbing myself of creating memories. I'm at a space in my life where I'm all about creating memories because that's what's really important. I could care less about the thing. The experience is what I yearn for. It's what I love. It's what I need. It's what I appreciate. I'm yearning for that. And I think that the holidays are a great time to provide that because of the togetherness and being close with one another and having the opportunity to be together. It gets very challenging. And I will say, if you don't have that, if you don't have that with your family, if you don't have that, I would say finding friends or your coworkers or somebody. I know that it's not the same versus it being your own, but just being around laughter. Even if you're watching a funny show, just being around laughter and creating your own tradition is important. And something that I used to love doing during the holidays is making my father breakfast during the holidays. Like that was something I just looked forward to, like waking up, making him breakfast. Like even as a kid, I was always looking forward to that. Him singing. So, when you're experiencing those things and you miss that. And I allow myself to feel. I also think that during the holidays, it's very important to be honest with your emotions as well. Allow yourself to feel, you know? My first year of experiencing loss without my dad, I really didn't want to be around my extended family. I only wanted to be around my immediate family because I couldn't hear any outside chatter at the time. And that's where I was emotionally. And I just think that it's very important for you to check in with yourself to see what you need and where you are, you know, preparing yourself for that What do you want to do in the morning? Like you need to have not like a big itinerary, but an idea of what you want to do. What's your favorite dish? What is something that you want to make? What is something that you want to do? Do you have your wine? Do you have your champagne? Do you have your non-alcoholic drinks, your green juice, your lemonades, your whatever it is? Like what is it that you need, right? To make the day a little smoother for you. I think that's really important to create that space for you. And I'm allowing myself to be wherever I need to be emotionally, and preparing myself prior to is what's important. Because I have the lifestyle page Exquisitely Erica, I do post reels on there. And during this time, I don't want to deal with that. So what I'm doing is preparing the reels before and scheduling them so that I can still have a consistent flow with what I'm doing with my page and trying to grow that. But I don't have to physically do anything on those particular days because I just want to be. I don't know how I'm going to feel, but I'm preparing myself to be grateful for the people I currently have in my life right now. I'm preparing myself to create memories for those who are still here with me. I'm preparing myself to smile. I'm preparing myself to cry because I miss my father. And that's what I feel like doing. That's exactly what I'm going to do. So I am emotionally preparing myself for everything, actually. I am. And I really want to focus. Like my biggest focus is focus on those who are focusing on you. That's going to be the same mantra for the rest of my life. Focus on those who are focusing on you. Focus on those who are loving you, who are consistent with you. You're consistent with them. Focus on those people because this is the kind of energy that you need to be around. This is the kind of love that you need to be around, patience, understanding, you know? And I'm not going to lie, y'all, I didn't really care for Christmas movies like that. Like when I was a kid, I cared for it. But I would say like adolescent and in my early 20s, I don't know, I didn't care for it anymore. But then, but then last year, oh my God, every Christmas movie I wanted to watch. It's like I revived the hopeless romantic within me. And I just wanted to watch every Christmas movie, every family movie. Like it just made me feel fuzzy and warm. I wanted to make cookies. Like I was inspired to do all those things. And it did bring lightness to me. It was calm. It was easy. It was fun. In addition to, spending time with people. So I would say, during this time, if the holidays are rough for you, if you're experiencing loss or it's just not an easy time, right? It's just not an easy time. Something happened this year that really rocked you and you're just like, nope. I would really challenge you to be in your emotions, you know, state how you feel how you feel, but be around people. Be around people, hug somebody, hug somebody. Oh my God. World Health Organization has declared loneliness as a health problem globally. So this loneliness thing is real. And I feel for anyone who's experiencing loneliness during the holidays. I know that it's not an easy thing to deal with. And I think that there are some people like you have your family, you could just go to them. But I also think sometimes you have to create your own. Action does have to come into play. And I know it's not fair. I know it's not fair. Why do I have to do this? Why do I? But I will say it helps. It helps when you engage with other people as much as you possibly can, even if you decide to volunteer during the holidays, right? Just being around people in general, I think is very healthy, and something that can be beneficial towards your emotional health as well. And oh man, like I'm literally mentally preparing myself to have a good time. I'm preparing myself to have a good time because my anxiety be playing games with me, y'all. Like my anxiety always goes into the negative, you know? Oh my God, what if this, what if that? Oh my God. And I'm trying to train my brain to say, everything is going to work out. You're going to have a great time. It's going to be fine. Everything is going to be great. Everything will be great. I know that the holidays for many people can be a beautiful time But I also know that the holidays can also be challenging. And I hope that this episode was inspiring to you. I hope that you allow yourself to emotionally prepare yourself for the holidays. I hope that you really push yourself to be around community. I hope that you are able to be in the presence of family and friends, or volunteering, or being alone. I want to make that clear too. You can also create a tradition of being alone and just being with yourself. Because if that's what you need for this year, then you should do that as well. You should do that as well. I will push for community because it does bring a different level of warmth to the soul when you are around people that you enjoy being around. And as always, I would love to hear your feedback. It brings me joy to hear your thoughts and what you think about the podcast, what you think about the episodes. So please reach out to me. You can send me an email at info@savethegoodgirl.com. You can also go to savethegoodgirl.com and go to the contact section and send me a message there. Or you could send me some DMs on social media, or leave me a comment on YouTube or Instagram, Facebook, whatever you choose. There's many ways to get in contact with me. Do not hesitate. Another thing you can do is send me a voice note. You guys know I love voice notes through Spotify. So if you're listening on Spotify, you could send me a voice note through Spotify as well. And I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear some ideas that you have, or maybe some new traditions that you have started and established, or certain things you do with your family and friends and loved ones. I would love to hear that, because I am learning as well. I am growing as well. I'm still grieving. I'm still feeling. I'm still trying to attract maximum joy in my life. So anything that you feel that would benefit us, as in the community, please let me know. And I do pray that during this holiday season, as we're preparing for everything, that God blesses you with courage. I pray that you continue to give yourself grace and give yourself a lot of love, and not be so hard on yourself this holiday season. Don't blame yourself this holiday season. Do not put yourself in a space to make your depression or anxiety worse. You are enough. You are amazing. And whatever you're going through in your life, whatever the difficulties, it will get better. It will get better. It will. I know it's hard right now. It doesn't feel like it. I know, but it will. And your participation is needed when you're ready. And once you are able to really be on the ride of your life, you will see some amazing changes. So give yourself that time. Give yourself that grace. Look at some lights. I did that. Drive around the city or wherever you are. Look at some lights. Watch some Christmas movies. Make a cookie. Whatever you need to do to just get yourself in a better spirit. But as always, y'all, I love talking to you guys. And I feel good talking to y'all. Like, I love talking to y'all. Y'all have to understand how much I love doing this, because I feel like it will help someone. And that's my only goal for doing this show. But yes, y'all. I feel good. Let me know if this helped you. I really want to know. I'll talk to you guys next week. Bye.